Hi, I'm Kevin, the co-founder of Martin,
And I'm Tanya, First Lady Fields.
and this is
Redonkulous interviews.
Thursday, February 4th.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so today's interview is music producer and childhood friend.
Yes. Rickshon.
So I believe Rickshon is. You know what? This is do it. Rickshon, can you hear the music, guys? Okay. All right. Let's get Rickshon here.
All right, let's bring him in.
I feel like
Yo!
I think that's turn right. Hey Rick, can you turn? Are you? Hold on. Hey Rick, first of all, what's going on, Rick?
What's going on, man? What's up? I got the old joint playing, I see.
Are you on a camera or on a computer?
I'm on my camera phone.
Can you turn it this way? What's it?
The other way? There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay, Rick. So let me do a quick introduction on the co-founder half. So for those who don't know, so Redonkulous Entertainment go back 25 years. That's no secret.
Yes.
But if it's any man that goes back, what Redonkulous Entertainment, 25 plus years, is the man right here in front of you.
Preach.
We go back actually since Central.
Yes.
Yeah, for the little brief time that he did in Central, yep. And then all through high school. And listen, people don't know this, but me and Rick and Victor and Ryan, which I gotta say everybody's name in a minute. We used to hang together heavy, man. We went to clubs together, we partied together, yeah. But when we were young bachelors, well, I had a kid a little earlier than everybody else. But young bachelors, we go all the way back. So let me tell you, when Tanya came to me, it was like, yo, we have to, let's do something. Let's make it Black History. Let's make it Redonkulous Black History. She was like, Rick, and I was, before I do it, my process was already, Rick. The words came out of her mouth. You know what I mean?
First person I thought of, no lie.
So, Redonkulous Entertainment, make sure I shout out to everybody. Courtney the Washer Jackson, LeVar Cool Breeze Queen, James the Hardest Working Man Brown, Michaela the Apprentice Foreman, Nigel the Wildcard Frazier, Evelyn Ron the third lead artist. He's not here today. I'm Kevin, the co-founder Martin.
I'm Tanya, the First Lady Fields. Oh, and Ryan, the executive producer Ross.
And of course, Ryan, executive producer Ross. All right, so Rick, let's go. Let's do this.
How have you been? First of all, it's been a minute since I've seen you last.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good, actually. You know what I mean? Like, surprisingly, last year was probably one of the best years I've actually had. Surprisingly, like,
nice.
What was going on, but you know what I mean? I'm doing all right.
Okay, cool.
All right, it's good. So, Rick, let me tell you something. I personally went on Spotify and I listened to your newest album. Hey, I listen to all your music, Rick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I listen to all your music. Let us know about that.
Yeah, since everything got kind of like shut down last year with the performing and going places, I used to always do like a lot of beat battles and go to like studios like up in New York and various places to work with other producers and other artists. We couldn't really do that because of the whole COVID situation. So I decided, the best way for me to still kind of stay relevant and to put out some content was to do an instrumental album. You know what I mean? I know, like, sync licensing is like a really big thing now with production, like your stuff in video games and movies and different clips and things like that. So I'm like, it's a good way to get some content out there and to show people I can still actually put a project together. That's a little bit different than the stuff I used to do.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so with the whole year spanning as long as it did, it started out with just me doing the one project, which was Sounds from 616, like January. And then, the COVID kind of lasted a little longer than I thought it would. I'm like, all right, I gotta give him something else. So that's when I hooked up with an actual artist in Florida. Dude's like phenomenal. You know what I mean? I think his name is D-Rue, I think that's how you say it, like on Instagram. Like he's top notch, like he top of the line type of stuff. So I brought him an idea of what I wanted to do for my next project, which was like animation, like almost like anime style, like EDM music. And then he gave me like the cover art, and that kind of helped.
I love that cover, man.
Yeah, it helped me really drive home what I was trying to do, like sonically with the music. And then of course, COVID kept carrying over, so I said, all right, I'm gonna give him another one. I decided to, make something more like new age hip hop with a lot of sub bass, lot of drill, a lot of 808 trap music. You know what I mean? Which is something different from the previous two.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this, you know, because as a musician myself, I'm always curious to find this out, talking to other musicians, just kind of, what is your process for creating, that you would say? Like when you're coming up with a beat or kind of what rhymes, like what's your like kind of process that you go through?
Well, for me, it's a little random sometimes because my like situation, you know what I mean? Like I'm like my oldest son is really getting into like the music thing, so he's always in the mix when I'm at home trying to like make stuff. So he's always trying to chime in and be his version of P Diddy. You know what I mean? To me, his opinion.
How old is he now?
He'll be 5 like in 2 months.
Ooh.
5. Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of times he's in the mix, so it's just like me kind of doing my thing. He'll hear something and he'll, hey, what's that? And I'm like, all right, I'll try this one, and then I'll go from there. Or if he's not around, if he's sleeping or something like that, then it's always me just digging through the crates digitally, pretty much. You know what I mean? I don't try to go in with like, all right, I want to make an R&B record, or I want to make a hip hop record, or I just go in and I just let it, you know, let creativity just take over.
And whatever kind of comes out just comes out, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Like when I'm doing stuff for like other people, like when I get a reference record, that gives me like a good starting point. So now I'm pretty good at really
Earlshot.
Somebody looking for and actually going to grab what they want. You know what I mean? Without sounding like the reference record.
So what people don't, well, we try to make sure people know. I think the world knows, but we'll make sure the world knows now. Rick is more than, just like he said just now, he's more than hip hop, he's more than rock. He actually made, yes, the Night Owl beat that we played so religiously, when we're proudly to say that is produced by Rickshon. He's also working on Earlshot sound, the sounds of Earlshot and the Wave Stream for us still for March. So let me tell you something. When you came to me, when we got it together, we start flowing, you came to me and you gave me that Night Owl beat. I was like, wow, this is everything. I don't even know how you did it, because I thought I was sounding stupid. I was like, give me streets and give me city, give me inner crime, give me thug life, give me, I'm looking at the roof, and you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, does that make sense? You know, he was like, yeah, man, relax. You know me, it's hard. I'm a comic book guy, so I'm like, I need streets and all this. And for you to create, in my mind, I go 5,000 times faster than a lot of people. And apparently you do too, because you go 5,000 times. You kept up with my speed. So you was like, yo, relax, I got this. I'm like, yo, I know. You
made it happen.
And you made that happen.
Sure
Night
did.
Owl, beat.
I like doing stuff like that, man, because, you know, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. And it gives me a chance to really show what I can really do. You know what I mean? Like, try to separate myself from the millions of other people that are doing music.
I was about to ask, so what's your process? I mean, how I don't know. I'm not a music maker, I'm a comic book maker. I guess it's the same thing though, right?
Yeah,
music, art is art.
Everybody has their own process,
But how do you do that? How does somebody come to you, we'll use the only example of a guy, how does somebody come to you like, hey, I need you to give me, and this is what I said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, I'm right on this. I said, give me something with some city sounds and some of that, and a little rock and roll, and make it loud and make him like he's a hero.
That's exactly how it went down too. Like, word for word.
Yeah.
The big part to me is like when you guys had the character already drawn. So me looking at the character, I can kind of get an idea of maybe what his style probably is based on how he looked. You know what I mean? Because he gave me that Dark Knight. Like you guys said, like you something like Neo.
Night Owl, Night Owl, give him a Night Owl.
Yeah.
It was like that more dark type of, you know, hero type of vibe. Like, you know what I mean? So, and you said it's Neo Philadelphia, which is like Philly in the future. You know, and Philly already is, you know, outrageous now. So I can imagine how it would probably be. And when you were telling me you wanted the different sound effects and the different gunshots, like I have like a digital library I can go to find stuff like that. So when you were telling me what you were looking for specifically with certain sound effects, I was just going down a chain of like sound effects that I had. I'm like, what would really fit for this? What would really stick? You know what I mean? Then there's a whole process of, like you said, he wanted rock, he wanted this type of sound. So I'm like, all right, I'm picturing the scene being like, if I'm watching a movie and I'm watching this character in the movie, what's the music I'm trying to hear when I look at the scene? And that's pretty much how I kind of put it together. I put it together like, how would I hear the music for this scene?
You're scoring the music essentially.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yep. Gotcha.
And you nailed that. You know, there's so much this is how much you inspired me of an idea that was our idea. You inspired me so much once I heard it and I sat down and Siobhan looking out, you know, she lives with me. Once I sat down and I heard it, I was like, yo, I have to make this a music video. I have to make this a music video because it needs to be more than just a poster too. That's just how good you did. I was like, it has to be a music video. And I called Redonkulous Entertainment up, Tiny's making a music video. She's like, oh,
okay,
make sure Rick name's on it. That's right. All. So what else you got going on?
Oh, well, right now, you know, like you said, I'm working on the arrow shot, you know, music for that character. And, and then, like what you told me you were looking for with that one, I'm like, this is totally different from the last thing. So I'm like, cool, it's another chance for me to really show what I can do on the artistic side and try to bring this character's like theme music to life, kind of. You know what I mean? Then also I have, I'm working with a guy by the name of, excuse me, I'm about to mess his name up. Scatter. He lives out in the UK. He's working with, he's a rapper. He's like a grime rapper. And he's working with a lady by the name of Synergy, and they're trying to get a record together now. So hopefully something comes out of that. I've sent them a few things. We'll see what happens. You know, shout out to him. He's got a situation with like B-Star and Sony ATV. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with that. And then I'm also working with an R&B artist by the name of Navy. He's featured on my album that just came out, the Once I'm Going album. He did the he did the Hollywood Dead. He was the one that was singing on that. So he's coming out with his own EP, and we're just trying to, you know, float him some stuff pretty much right now. See if we can get a placement on that, you know. So it's really just me just trying to broaden my horizon and work with other artists and try to get more placements.
Right.
So this did I cut you off?
No, you got it.
Let's get deeper. Rick, whenever it's a Redonkulous interview, I always make it on my own stories that people know that I'm going to interview you. You're an amazing producer. I already acknowledge that. Let me tell you why I respect you. You have this, I don't know how to say it. You have this hunger, this drive, this I will not stop in you that I respect. It's admirable. Like, I remember, Rick, people don't know how far we go back. I remember when we was on Maxwell Avenue. Remember that? Dude.
Yeah.
When, we was on Maxwell Avenue and you said you wanted to be a rapper. We was younger than, you know, young punks or whatever. Well, I wasn't a punk, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's like, you want to be a rapper? Nah. Come on, Rick, stop. Rick, you're a football player, Rick. You're a basketball player, Rick. You play basketball. Basketball players don't rap. They don't produce. You don't know music. Boy, was I wrong, huh?
Yeah.
And then, you know, hey, listen, I'm honest, man. Boy, I was wrong. And just, so what motivates you? Like, how do you get that drive? And that drive is real. Yeah. That's the same drive I like to think I have. You know what I mean? I will not stop. I can't. It's just not, I can't see stopping. What motivates you though?
For me, pretty much like, you know, like we go way back, you know what I mean? As far as you guys know me, like I've always been more of an athletic person. But like I started doing music when I was 4, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my first actual instrument that I had was a saxophone, and I took actually real lessons.
Right.
Like, I actually read music. I understood music theory. You know what I mean? So I
remember.
And you know, I was unfortunate in the situation that like how I grew up. I wasn't allowed to really expand myself artistically. So when you know when you're trying to do something, you're trying to really dive head first into it. You're trying to spread your horizon, and you're constricted. It kind of makes you sometimes, especially as a child, like just kind of put it to the top.
Yeah.
I really don't even care anymore because like if I can't do it the way I want to do it, why even bother? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like feeling that type of emotion and having that type of pain that you have to deal with. When you become an adult, there's nobody to stop you now. Now you can do what you want to do. So now it's like I gotta make up for lost time because I lost so much time because I wasn't able to really dive into it the way I wanted to dive into it. Because I knew when I was like 7 that I could do music. And like you said, when I talked about doing the rap thing, in the back of my mind, I knew I could produce, but I didn't want to try to do both at the same time because I didn't want to spread myself too thin. Like I didn't want to be what's the saying, a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
Master of none. Yeah.
So I thought I would focus on the thing that I knew the least about, which was rap. Because I never really rapped like before. So I'm like, I don't really know that much about it as far as the technical side. So let me learn this word because I know about the production side already. And I can just pick that up and just go with it.
Right.
So once I got comfortable with the rapper side, I was like, all right. And I got like a little older. I'm like, all right, now I got to start I got to come full force now. I just can't hit him with just the one thing.
I remember going back to like Central, some of our earlier conversations and things, talking about Central Junior High School, yes, talking about our love for all things, all the Rocky movies, number one, number two, Phil Collins, and number three, musical instruments. So yes, I remember this.
Wow,
yes,
that's crazy, right? It's beautiful, man. This interview, just to see you now talking about this. This is a serious, man. If you know me, you know this is a serious smile. This is crazy. Two business people. Well, not even two business people. I'm one of 9, but two groups of business people that go back. That goes back. Like I cannot express whoever's looking. Rick is not somebody new to me. This is an old friend right here. This, we've been through some trials and tribulations, which I won't put on right now. Even with me, LeVar Cool Breeze Queen, and Rick, we've been through some trials and tribulations in life. So this is amazing feeling right here. Like this, it is. The whole month is. I didn't mean to cut you off. The whole month is going to be other people, and it's going to be a different feeling. This is nostalgia. Right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now, tell me about like with your sons. They're 4 and 1, right?
Yeah, 4 and 1. Yeah,
4 and 1. So how are they, following in your footsteps? I know you said your oldest is Ronan, right?
Yeah, Ronan. Yeah, Ronan's the oldest.
Ronan. He's interested in production side of music. I was looking at a post of yours earlier today, actually, about how they are, like to get together and like make music and things. So. Talk about that, like as far as their influence, or I'm sorry, your influence on them and how they're kind of, picking up what you're doing.
Well, it's kind of like an old saying, like you can tell your kids anything, but your kids do what they see. You know what I mean? So it's like me, like when I first started, I used to go to my grandmother's house and I saw piano all the time. So that's what really sparked my interest for music. Like he's looking at a full like in-house studio. So I can only imagine like what his mind is probably telling him, because I got all these different gadgets and toys and all these lights come on, and then, you know what I mean, he hits a button, you hear all these sounds. So it's like he's really just like almost geeked out as far as like in terms of music tech. And then it's just wild that like how technology is now. Like he's 4, almost 5, but he knows how to use GarageBand. Like he samples stuff, he does his own drums. Like he doesn't even know what chords are yet, but he's trying to put chords together. You know what I mean? The fact that he understands like delay and reverb and all these different things, it's hilarious to me. I can't wait till he goes to school and he starts like talking to his music teachers. They're probably looking at him like, how do you do that stuff? You know what I mean? So I think that, at the rate he's learning right now, like he'll probably be where I'm at probably before he's even a teenager. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be an interesting journey to watch him do his thing, like to become his own producer, his own artist. And then my youngest son, believe it or not, like he plays around with music, but he's not really more of a music guy. He cares more about, seems like sports mostly. He like runs around with the football and the basketball. And it's just funny watching, because one's the one side of like who I am, and the other one's the other side of who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool. Like see how they're gonna take their own paths.
On this path that they're taking, which is gonna be an amazing path, anything like that. Let's get them to read some comic books in that path.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, right now, because with kids, the way kids are, like everything, watch like Marvel movies with me, or they watch like animated Marvel series. It's like they were just watching like the Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker movie with me yesterday night.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like my oldest son, he's getting into it. Like the youngest one is still like 1. He kind of pays attention, but not really. But like my oldest one is really starting to dive into the anime and everything like that, because he sees it in my room too. Because I have a lot of like stuff in the room to add.
Gotcha. Who would you say are, and I think I know some of the, maybe a couple of the answers to this question, but who would you say are some of your influences artistically?
Artistically, like not including genre whatsoever. Like you said, Phil is my man.
I know.
Phil is my man, Phil Collins, because the fact that he's a good singer, he's an excellent drummer. He plays guitar, he plays keyboard. It's like the guy's a walking studio by himself, pretty much. And he's actually a really good engineer, but I don't think he's a lot of credit for that. But he did a lot of his records. You know what I mean? Obviously, I got to go with Jay. You know what I mean? Jay-Z, just from what he's done for hip hop and just how he's taught us how to be smart business-wise. It's not about the art form is great, but it's not just about the art form when you're not monetizing what you're bringing to the table when somebody else is, and they're not the creative person. You know what I mean? So like just looking at him, looking at everything he's done throughout his career, and just growing up watching him just mature to this artist that he is like really impactful. You know what I mean? Like those two guys jump out to me like the biggest. And then of course, everyone loves Michael. You know what I mean? Because, and it's like the more we learn about Michael, which for me, like it's funny hearing all these stories about who he was outside of music, just makes him even more iller, because he was like a gangster for real when it came to like the music business, how he handled the business. And I really respected him before, and it's like I really respect him now.
Right.
What he was accused of is a little too much for me.
Here's the thing, like not jump off into that, but it's like it's amazing how that came about when he brought 50% of a publishing company that made him almost like a 500 millionaire. You know what I mean? He owns Elvis,
that's still,
you didn't hear anything
out of all the things you could be accused of, that's a strong thing to be accused of.
I mean, of course, but the thing is, he was accused of it twice, and they were not able to actually prove it actually happened. Whereas we have the technology now that there's a whole bunch of people that we thought would never done some of the things that they did, and they caught L's. They caught real L's out here. You know what I mean?
Well, like you said, though, he was worth almost $1 billion too. So, okay, so we get it. Michael, he's a good singer. You get it. He can sing, he can dance. He was a fluency on the music. We got it. Yeah.
Production-wise, Pharrell's my favorite.
Right. Pharrell. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he works with everybody pretty much. And
right.
That's how I want my career to go, where I can just work with just different people, not just be pigeonholed in one genre.
Word.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Word.
I think that's. I think we had that conversation. I think that's the goal. Oh, thank you. I got two cameras going on. I think that's always the goal, though. You don't want to just be stuck on anything. And like you said, Phil Collins. So the masses will automatically assume you would have said Jay-Z. Guess Michael, sure, whatever. But
sure,
yeah, sure, whatever.
Musa, I am not going to go in full music geek mode because
he must be a
but like Phil Collins, yeah, that was a cool one. Phil Collins, he can sing. Now he can sing.
Phil Collins is the man.
He can sing.
Can go on a whole Genesis trip. And
he plays the piano, right? Didn't he make like Lion King songs?
Yeah, he made
he did
Tarzan too. That's what really gave him like the Oscar.
Tarzan, yeah.
Yeah. So again, can go on a whole Phil Collins Genesis rant. That's a whole other conversation.
So
I couldn't hear you.
I said that showed his greatness because the lead singer left the group. There, usually when the lead singer leaves, you think the band's dead. It feels like
right.
I guess I can sing for you guys, and then they took off like my man never left. So
And Homeboy was doing solo albums while he was doing Genesis, group Genesis albums too at the same time. So
I guess this is happening. I guess we're talking about Phil Collins. Okay.
Music geek to music geek, it's gonna happen. So
okay, so I have you on live. I'm putting you on blast. It's what you don't even know.
I don't know what you're gonna say. Yeah, I don't know.
I've been waiting for this moment. For whoever's watching, this is a big moment for me. We're gonna get it real. Rick, as you probably know, Redonkulous Entertainment is working on their first ever documentary.
Okay.
Entitled "Road to the Redonkulous Reminiscence." It's about okay. So back in August, back in April, my mom died. We make a long story short. My mom died. We did a big event for her. For everybody. It's bigger than that. I don't feel like we need a soundtrack.
Okay.
Will you help us work? Well, I actually want you to be the lead person on it. I will get other people too. But will you work on the soundtrack for the Road to Reminiscence?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That was it. That was the black. I wanted to ask you live.
I actually know a couple of people, like you said, to get some other people involved that are actually closer to you guys too, that I think are phenomenal. Like I think they would definitely jump on board with this.
That's what I want the soundtrack to reflect the emotion that we're going to bring, and we're bringing honest emotion on some deep stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's honest emotion on deep stuff. So, actually, again, we go back a long time. People were talking about Jack, LeVar's dad. He passed away. LeVar's aunt. People these aren't people you never met my mom. You knew my mom. So I wanted you. I wanted to personally ask you, I guess this is as personal I get. I wanted to personally ask you to work on the soundtrack because I knew not only, because how far we go back, you know, a lot of these people we're going to mention actually.
Yeah.
When we really start talking about it, so you can be like, oh damn, word, and you can get the feel that we're looking for, because, like you said, we gave you a night out, and I didn't even describe it right. I said superhero night, raining waves.
You put a whole bunch of words together and said, here, ha, make this make sense, make a song out of it. Okay,
let me know when it's done. So I think that the combination, Rick, Redonkulous, I think soundtrack, documentary.
Rick and Redonkulous.
Rick and Redonkulous. Rickshon, I'm sorry guys. Rickshon, he's a producer. So I just can't wait till we I'm gonna really be talking to you sooner than you think.
Okay.
Probably not sooner than you think, but soon, because it's the process. The wheels are moving now on that, and I just wanted to ask you. I wanted who's ever tuned in right now. It's official.
It's official.
The soundtrack will be produced mostly by Rickshon and others, but mostly by Rickshon. And so that's all. That was the number one question I had. I know you had a question.
I did have a question actually. Okay, this is completely off topic, off subject of Redonkulous, but it's an important question that people need to know. Okay. Who's your pick for the Super Bowl?
Oh,
thank you. I tried.
See, now you put me in a tight situation, because people been.
Well, I didn't say Rick is not a Steelers fan.
I gotta ask the hard question. Sorry.
I'm a football guy. I've told people. I feel like it depends on if the Buccaneers secondary shows up. If they don't show up, the Kansas City Chiefs are taking this game, point blank.
So that means you're going for the Chiefs.
I don't really care who wins. I like both quarterbacks, to be honest. I like, the one for the Bucs is like my favorite quarterback, period, because his story is amazing, how he came about. But I love what the new guy is doing, because he's doing stuff we haven't seen before, like no-look throws and all this stuff. Like he's
across his body. He's exciting to watch. He's something special.
From watching the NFC Championship game and seeing how many times like Devontae Adams is wide open and he's making catches, I'm like, if they make that mistake with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, this game might get real bad real quick. So we have to see how the secondary shows up. I know Tom's gonna do his thing offensively. I know Pat's gonna do his thing offensively, but the game's gonna be decided really by that secondary on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we'll see what happens. Like, I don't really know who's gonna win. I don't even want to bet, because people have been betting on the game. I don't want to bet unless I'm trying to bet on both sides, but they won't let you do that with FanDuel. So
yeah,
you can't bet on both sides. I do not. I'm gonna say it right now. Want Antonio Brown to get a ring? Freak Antonio Brown. Still Nation's in the building, full life. Antonio Brown ain't getting no ring. Pat Mahomes.
Wait. Look, I understand where your frustration is coming from. I get it.
If you don't know, Still Nation for life in the building.
I'll blame the quarterback. I'll blame him, but that's another story. But okay.
No, but that's another story. So I'm one for the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes, he's amazing.
All right.
Yeah, as long as Antonio Brown don't get a ring, I think it's more not all for Antonio Brown.
I'm more so going for the Chiefs. I feel like this is Mahomes' time. As Shannon Sharp says, my homeboy. I feel like he's young, he's talented. Like, this is his time. Brady. Don't get me wrong. Like, Brady is 43 years old, making it to his 10th Super Bowl. Like,
damn, that's crazy.
That's real.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
bro. And he made it he went on the road to make it to the Super Bowl at home. That's
right. That's true. Yeah, right.
NFL scripted, boy. I tell you, that's something I would have wrote. Yeah. So August 8th, we're having a Redonkulous boat ride part 2.
Yes.
Okay.
You can pre-reserve a seat right now. Now I know. Okay, so I know that this whole pandemic's a big deal to you. You got to take care of your family and all that. So I remember when we was doing a Renaissance, I talked to you. You said, "Nah, man, this is too crazy." I said, "Cool, I understand." So hopefully in August, and it's a boat ride, so seat in a pot, so it's outdoor, fresh air. Do you think you can make it? Now I don't understand the word like everybody else.
Now I believe if everything's like looking like it's going in the right direction, sure, yeah. But we got to see what's going on, because like vaccines and how they're doing them. They're not even getting people the second vaccine in a timely fashion, which is already
right.
Yeah.
So you get the first one and you don't know you should get the second. So hopefully we have this thing corralled by the end of this quarter, so we can have a good idea where we're going.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
if I get a chance to take the vaccine, I'm just be out here anyway because I'm like, all right, I'm vaccinated. What's up?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Okay, so then I tell you what, let's do it this way. June after, so the documentary is going to come out in June. So after June, we'll have a good idea of where the world is, and then we can let it be known publicly in the world if you're going to show up on the boat ride, which would be great.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do that. And if you do show up on the boat ride, we make sure the DJ spins some of your tunes.
You know it. Absolutely.
I'm on it.
Mm-hmm. So I want to let's get back to music really quick. I want to talk about your latest album, Once I'm Gone.
Yes, Once I'm Gone.
Okay. How does that? I noticed your boys are on the cover. They are super adorable. How does that differ from like any of your previous works in terms of like the sound, the sonic quality of it?
Well, a lot of it is mostly like the low end. There's a lot of low end on this one. Like there's a lot of sub bass, which I didn't really use that much of in the first one, and then I kind of led into it a little more with the second one. This one is really the star of the actual project when you listen to it, especially when you listen to it on the phone, you listen to it into the car. And then I had a lot more actual other artists sing like live on the records, because you know the previous one was all like vocal samples that I had that I just put together and make it work the way it worked. This was actual artists that went to the studio with me, and we sat down, collaborated, and they came up with the words and came up, with the whole vibe that to jump onto the record for me.
Nice.
And then it's like, for me, it was kind of like just they're coming with the mortality thing, like, like we want your legacy to be, you know what I mean? Like, all you have is what you teach your kids and how they go out here in the world and do what they do. You know what I mean? So I wanted that one to not be about me for once, because the first two was me on the cover, like, the real me, the animated me, and I'm like, we just put my kids on this one.
Yeah. You it's funny, you get older, you get to like a certain age, you start thinking about things differently. You start thinking, like you said, about your legacy and about just, what kind of impression do you want to leave, especially on your kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Nice.
So, what are you gonna do in your next cover then?
Well, actually for this year, I was talking with DJ A Savvy. Shout out to DJ A Savvy. He's the person that signed me to Carlisle Sheppy Entertainment. It's like a startup label here in Philly.
Wait. Say all that over nice and slow one more time. I gotta compute all that.
Yeah, I'm talking to DJ A Savvy. He's a DJ out here in Philadelphia. He started his own label called Carlisle Sheppy Entertainment, and it's pretty much named after both his grandfathers, who were both like entrepreneurs. One was white, one was black. You know what I mean? So they both inspired him. And he signed me as the in-house producer because he didn't have a producer yet for the label. And we're still in the process of trying to get artists, situated. So I was telling him that since I gave him the instrumental projects last year, I think this year I'm going to do actually 3 singles, like actually 3 records. You know what I mean? I have 2 already in a clip. You know what I mean? One's with me rapping, and my cousin Whitney Evans, who's singing on the actual hook. She's actually featured on one of the records on Once I'm Gone. For All Time, that's what that one was called. She did the vocals for that, and so she's featured on the song I have coming up. There's going to be a remix version of How I Live, which is the very first instrumental, but it's actually going to be me rapping and her singing. I did the beat up even more. You know what I mean? I got to look a little more crazy. Then the second one is going to be a record that's strictly her on there, her showing off her vocal ability, produced by me. And then the third one, I'm kind of up in the air with right now. I'm trying to figure that one out. That won't be coming out quite until like the 4th quarter of the year, the third record.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm going to spend out pretty much 3 singles over the course of the year.
Okay.
Yo, Rick is going back to rapping. I can't wait. I'm trying to tell you, man, I got some funky, fresh rhymes. Nobody did. You know what I mean? I got some funky, fresh rhymes. Funky, fresh rhymes.
Just the fact that you said funky, fresh rhymes, bro.
Nobody knows, man. I can try this. You know what?
Go ahead.
I got.
Go top beat.
My name is Kevin. I'm not 11. I'm like a tasty cake that just can't wait to bake in the oven. Redonkulous mic drop.
Spirit fingers.
Maybe I should decide to write comic books. I'm a comic book maker.
You put some fire beats behind it, man. You never know what can happen, man. Anything can happen.
Right? Maybe a future for you as a rapper yet. How about that?
That's funny. That was my best rhyme. My name is Kevin. I'm not 11.
Hey, you better not. I can get behind the piano and write a song, but like actually like rapping, nah, no.
Rapping is cool.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: do you have
not a tasty cake? Yeah, a tasty cake that just can't wait to bake in the oven, baby.
Do you have any dream projects or like dream artists that you'd like to work with at some point in your life?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people. That's a lot of different people. Like really,
gotcha.
Really talk about it. Like like it really did. I mean, just the kind of like shout out a few. Like I really like Division. Like they're like a R&B duo out of Toronto. Like, I really like how they sound. I would like to really try something with them. I think my sound, their sound, being like a nice mesh. You know what I mean? I've always been like a big fan of like Kendrick Lamar, like his flow and his way he switches it up. And I feel like I can really make something that really had that West Coast vibe. But I really bang with that West Coast vibe a lot with the hip hop,
right.
Especially with like the new waves, like how they did it now with a lot of synthesizers and that heavy 808 sub bass that he had to a lot of the records. I think it'll fit really well with him. And then to be honest, I just want to work with people that haven't been discovered yet too. Like these people they don't know about that. It's just like A-class talents. Because that's really I feel like that's really how you really, as a producer, that's how you really can break into this business in like a major ways. If you find somebody that has A-class game, but they just don't have a shot yet, and then you can get them and you can just make a sound with them. Because a lot of people feel like, especially from an artist standpoint, because I was thinking that way too, like when I was a younger artist, is that if I just get as many beats as I can from different people, and I can just try to put something together, and it's like, yeah, that works kind of, but not really. You know what I mean? You're better off really with one producer and just crafting a sound with that person. You know what I mean? That's how your music will be identified. That's how your music really stands out. And then there's nothing like being in the studio with the guy who's making the record. And he knows your personality. He knows who you are. So he knows how to mold everything around how you sound, and vice versa.
Right. You vibe together, and create something beautiful.
And some of my favorite records are made by people who just sit in the studio with each other and they just vibe together. They ate lunch. They told jokes. They sat and chatted and talked about life or whatever. Then in the process, they started making music and stuff just came out. It was like classic stuff.
Right.
That all sounds, believe it or not, very Redonkulous entertainment.
It does.
To a T.
It does.
That's a not to promote my brand Redonkulous ENT on Instagram, Redonkulous Entertainment, on Facebook, Redonkulous where subscribe on YouTube, but not to promote my band, not to promote the brand, not promoting the band, but that does. Rick, another thing, see, as we talk and we keep going, I listen, I can hear passion when you talk. Like I don't know, passion. You love music. Like this is not fake. This is not a gimmick. You're not fly by night. You can hear it just in this interview.
Right.
You talk about music the way I would start talking about. You start saying, "Hey, what's going on with Maven Blood Moon?" 2 hours later, you know what I mean? You don't get that from a lot of people no more. And I talk to a lot of people. A lot. Hey, I'm doing this and that and that. And I'm gonna sing your music, and I never get it. But you're a different breed. You cut from a different cloth when it comes to this music. I can tell you that now. That's real too. I really are.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, because this is something I'm never going to stop doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to take care of my body so that I don't end up with like arthritis or nothing like that, so I can still use my fingers. You know what I mean? I'm like, I told my wife a couple of times. I'm like, when I get older and retire, I'm probably just gonna like grow my hair out, just never cut it again, and just get puggy and just sit in the studio and just do my thing, like never wear sneakers.
There you go.
Yeah, I can see that. Just have a beard, just like music coming out.
Like I came down from the mountaintop with all these songs. Long, scraggly beard and junk.
And that's a personal goal for me too. Like I like having a home studio, but eventually I'm gonna build my own like real studio that I can just drive to and just go be in there for as long as I want, like 8, 9.
Right.
Word.
Like 2 separate rooms, soundboard, all that cool stuff. I love just coming in and just seeing the soundboard and all the knobs and everything, just feeling that atmosphere. And it's just wires all over the place. You know what I mean? The big subwoofer, the 8-inch, 12-inch, 13-inch speakers all over the place. And it's just like, you feel like you're at home. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't even have to make music in that atmosphere. I can just turn on somebody else's song and just vibe out because I'm just in that state.
As a fellow music geek, this speaks to my very soul. So I understand.
I understand. Yeah. Well, same thing with me. I'm a director, so I got to come in. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for shots. I'm ready for action. I'm ready for camera. So I understand. Actually, I like music.
Yes, you do.
Actually, if that sounds cool, you walking in and it's buttons and shit. It's buttons and stuff.
Music is an experience. Sorry.
Yeah, the people you can, it's like it'd be like dropping you up at like Marvel's like headquarters and just leaving you.
Right.
There. And then you can just run through everything they got going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like the comic book, the movie reels, everything, the costumes, the whole nine.
Yeah, what? Yeah. I don't want to go home. I am home. I get it. I am home. I'm home. It's time for me to go to work.
Yeah. Like music to me is an experience. It's supposed to make you feel something. If it doesn't, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to get inside you and, you know, bring out stuff. And just, like I said, if it doesn't do that, then what's the point? You can go on a whole rant. Sorry.
Well, if you wasn't going to go on a rant, look, there you go.
Yeah, man, yeah.
So what am I hearing? This is what I'm hearing. See, I hear it fast. It's for the documentary, Tanya, Rickshon, collabo, song.
Of course.
I'm with it.
Tanya, let them know about your instrument stuff. I don't think the world knows Tanya First Lady Phillips. They don't know her musician side.
Okay, so I write music. I play 10 instruments.
Oh, you know, let me get out. Come on in.
Oh, gosh. Fine. Dagnabbit. I play 10 instruments. Piano, which is my first love. I started playing that. I've been playing that since I was 9. So piano, violin, viola, cello, alto sax, tenor sax, bells, bass drum, organ. Yeah, that's it. So music is my first love. Always has been. You know that. So
when I met you, you were playing the saxophone. So like, what instrument was that in the 10? Like when I met you, when you actually started playing the sax.
Say it again.
Like, which instrument was that in the 10? Like, when did you start playing the sax? Like, was that like the first one or like?
I started playing sax. Let's see, that was the summer before high school. So that was what, summer of '97-ish. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
That's why I started playing alto sax, and when I got because I learned alto sax. Oh, and clarinet also. When I started in the marching band at AC High. And then I switched to tenor sax and jazz band.
AC High Vikings. What's up?
Switched to tenor sax and the jazz band and everything. And yeah, music's my life. So like I said, and that's why I was asking about your process and everything in terms of writing and stuff, because man, do I understand that. Like, many a nights I have sat and just, you know, to myself at just me and my piano and just cranked out some music and wrote. So yeah, I appreciate what you're on a musical level. I really appreciate the quality stuff you're putting out.
Yeah, and I'm really excited because I'm like I said, I've known you for years and I've heard you on several different instruments. So it's just gonna be crazy to really get in the studio with Bob that you have to do your thing.
Word.
Because I'm gonna just feed off you pretty much. Like that's how I'm gonna let it go.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is like this is a dream project. I'm so excited.
This is exciting. Yeah. I want some piece of it. I want a piece of it.
Of course.
Okay.
So I can't play instruments. I don't know anything you're talking about when you be like invert when it comes to music. I'm not really a music guy, but I want a piece of it.
But you know what you have?
What
you got soul.
I do got soul.
You're a man with soul, man.
I'm not 11.
Right.
Like here's the thing, like with the project, like for the documentary, are you guys gonna be talking to like while the documentary is going on? Like you guys gonna be narrating? Who's gonna be narrating? There's gonna be several people.
Whoa, we're live. I don't want to get too much out while we're live.
Because that's another way that you can be involved in it, you know what I'm saying, vocally. Like,
yeah. No, I'm joking. I don't want to be in it vocally. I'll be involved. I'll listen to it. I don't want to be for the for the
You'll be involved though. Yeah.
I'll be involved for the documentary. I'll be involved. I don't know. it's So what we're going to do is we're going to rent out a movie theater. We don't know which movie theater we're going to rent out, and we're going to play it on the big screen.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and again, Rick, I can't emphasize this. Hopefully, you can make that because we're going to have a big red carpet event for it. And anybody that's Sue and who's Sue to us, and it'll be great to have you there on the boat ride. It's big adventure, big music collide thing we're doing.
Yes.
Yes.
We have some things in the works for the end of the year.
Ish.
Hashtag Redonkulous music. So I'll be sharing more about that with you later, though. So just kind of getting the buzz out there a bit.
We're not ready to go live with that. Just
getting the word out there a little bit. Just dropping a few nuggets, dropping a hint.
We're talking this music. Okay.
Hashtag Redonkulous music.
I didn't know I got excited. Give me dollar back. We made Maven Blood Moon 3 is out right now. You can go to Instagram, inboxes on that. You can go to www.redonkulously.com to get Maven Blood Moon 3. And you can also inboxes on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, if you really want to, you can subscribe to YouTube and comment, hey, I want a book. We'll find you and get you a book.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Rick, let the viewers know, just before we wrap up, let our viewers know right now where they can find your music at, your social media links, website, all that pertinent
information. Leave nothing, Rick.
All right, well, I consolidated everything to Rickshon.com. So if you just go to Rickshon.com, you can get all the sites for all the music you can buy from Amazon. You can stream it on Spotify, Tidal, Google Play, all that good stuff. I have a link tree on there that'll take you to every single component you're looking for as far as which album you want to listen to, which album you want to buy, stream. I also have just miscellaneous beats that I'm selling via Airbit, which is also on Rickshon.com. And I'm looking into possibly doing some merch near the end of the year. And so if anyone's interested in trying to get some merch, I'll have more updates on that. But you can also email me at rickshon.com/contact, and I will keep you posted, add you to my mailing list, and we'll go from there.
Nice. Awesome. Well, this has been truly
I'm on Rickshon.com right now as we speak. Live, Rickshon.com. This is a really nice website, too. Oh, man, he's on Twitter, Los Angeles, New York City, Toronto. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm on it right now. Real easy to get to. Anyway, I know I use the website.
And do you have any message that you would like to give to our viewers, maybe those who are up-and-coming musicians, up-and-coming producers, those who are trying to make it in just kind of whatever field they're in? Do you have any nuggets of wisdom you'd like to share?
I'm going to shoot the video.
Yeah, for one, just don't give up, man. You know what I'm saying? Just get better every day. Whatever craft you're trying to do, if it's music or, whatever type of art creativity you're trying to do, dive into. Learn about the process of what you're doing as far as the creative side, and also learn about the business of what you're doing. And to specifically say to my artists and to my producers, make sure you own your stuff. Own your masters, control your publishing. You know what I mean? This is your intellectual property that who knows how much it's going to be worth going forward in your career. You know what I mean? With the way streaming is going, streaming is not going to stay the way it is right now as far as how we get paid to be streaming. It's going to be fluctuating. It's going to be going up. It's going to be going down. And understand and learn about the stock market and music's place in the stock market. Because there's a lot of things going on that's coming to a head soon, because we're looking at another boom in technology, kind of the way we saw in the 80s with people putting down a typewriter, picking up a computer, in the same way that people got rid of the horses and got cars in the 1920s. We're seeing something like that in this era we're in right now. This pandemic has pushed us almost 40 years into the future faster than we probably wanted to be. So
right there, yeah.
So it's learn what's going on right now as far as what you're trying to do and how that fluctuates in the space of where we are in today's world, and learn how to monetize it and own it and control it, and then learn how to negotiate when people want to maybe borrow it or maybe want to work with you. You know what I mean? That's the best thing you can do, because good business is how you keep your career going, and good business is how you stay relevant. Good business is how you become successful in what you do. And then it'll also show you who's real, who's not when it comes to what they're trying to do, because business will separate everything.
Right. Yo, if you haven't learned to hustle in this pandemic, you ain't got it in you. If you haven't learned how to pivot and how to hustle and how to just, roll with the changes and roll with the punches, it ain't in you. You know what I'm saying? It's forced everybody to do it in one way or another. So yeah, again, I'm proud to call you my friend. We are both proud to call you our friend, and just proud of the work that you are putting out, Yeah.
Like I said, it's an honor to see all you guys just doing this thing, the way you guys are doing it. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Because you guys are a strong team. And that's another important aspect that I forgot to say. when you have a strong team, like all you do is just win. Like that's all you do.
Oh yeah, yeah. When National Wildcard Frazier, you heard that. All you do is win.
That's theme music. Man.
That's his theme song. He goes by that song all the time. All I do is win, no matter F everything else and win. See, I'm not cussing. I'm doing good.
Yeah, very good.
Doing good.
Good job.
Rick, this was man. I don't even want to get off now. This is so good right here. So. Recap, we doing documentary.
Yes.
That's that. Also, we're having Sean Rock on later. So I don't know if he's watching tonight or if he's even paying attention.
Yeah, dope artist. Yeah.
We're gonna ask him if we can. Don't tell him. I'm spoiling it.
Yeah, you completely worst ever.
We're gonna see if we can do something on him too, and maybe now we have a 3-way thing going on here.
Word. Yes.
Well, so when you do a 3-way thing with Redonkulous Entertainment, you do an 11-way thing because it's 9 of us.
Yeah. I see the future of #Redonkulous Entertainment forming right in this very conversation. #Redonkulous Entertainment. Don't
Redonkulous Entertainment. We make comic books, so you know, maybe never shot.
Word.
So.
There you go. Yes.
Rick, this was a pleasure. This was an honor. We're going to do this again. Rick, you'll be hearing from us soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Real soon.
I appreciate you guys. I really do. You know, I appreciate the love and I appreciate the content and just the acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to know that your friends support you. It's good to know that your friends are already doing the things that they love and dream about and seeing them be successful too. Like, it just motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, it does. That's Rick, you know me, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We all know I'm very egotistical. So, so when I see you out here grinding, I mean, you can't stop, won't stop. I'm like, mother, Vigi water. I can't stop. I won't stop. I refuse. I can't let Rick not stop, and then I'm stopping. You know what I mean? I can't do it. So keep doing what you're doing. You're motivating. You're a motivator. You're a dreamer. You're a producer. You're a rapper. You're a father. You're a businessman. You're living the dream. You're doing it.
Preach.
Yeah,
yes.
You're doing it. And not only are you doing it, you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders because now you got Redonkulous Entertainment. Like if he's doing it, we're doing it. So if you stop, you landing more than just yourself down. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same with us.
Yeah.
I think that's safe to say. We stop. So many people came up to us, don't stop. If we stop, I feel like we're going to let other people down outside of us.
That's the interesting thing, I think, when you are doing what you love, and then you come to a point that you realize, yo, this is bigger than just us. You know, this is bigger than just you. Like, what you do affects other people in a really profound way. That's something that, like, I know I never anticipated at all. Never realized that would happen, and just to see it happen, especially when we do live events and things, just do other interviews, like that's just an amazing feeling, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like our city needs that. You know what I'm saying? Our city really needs this. You know what I mean? Seeing you guys is like a good look for our city. Like just period. You know what I mean? Because we have so many like strong artistic talented people here, and they just gotta know that yo, you can make it out of the city, you can make it doing what you're doing. Like it's not like don't feel overwhelmed looking at New York and Philly and all these other places. It can't happen for you where you are because it can. You know what I mean? You guys are really showing that. You know, so I think that needs to be commended and it needs to be highlighted.
Thank you.
That's thank you. That's nice. So Redonkulous Entertainment, Rickshon, Atlantic City, Philadelphia, New York, Tokyo, Japan. We taking the world, baby.
You damn right.
The world is gonna be our oyster. And mark my words, I'm not exaggerating. I'll say 7 years. The world is going to be our oyster.
I like it.
Okay.
So, Rick, this was a pleasure. We're about to sign out. Closing remarks again. Double closing remarks, yes?
Double closing remarks.
Double closing remarks.
Yeah, look, everybody just keep doing what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't give up. Don't let the naysayers make you stop. You know, like, just look yourself in the mirror and keep telling yourself, I don't want this far. I'd be stupid to stop now. Might as well keep going. You know what I mean? I heard somebody say once, like, you know, he said, you know, coming from, you know, a bad environment is not the worst thing that ever happened to you. It's when you come back.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
You come from a bad environment and then you make it. And then you got to go back. That's hard. You know what I mean? So you don't want to go back. So when you get out of that situation and you're up and you're moving, keep moving. Don't keep moving. Period.
Yeah.
All right, Rick, this was great. Okay.
It was, yeah.
All right, take us on home.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this has been the second amazing episode of Redonkulous Interviews. We will be back on Tuesday, the 11th, with the amazing Kiki the model.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you writing some?
Thank you. And here we have Kevin Scott Martin, musical genius. In case you didn't know. So, yes, this was a pleasure. We need to do this again, definitely, for real. So, all right, so everybody out there in Instagram land, he is...
Oh, hi, I'm Kevin the co-founder. Wait, I already said hi. So, I'm Kevin the co-founder Martin, though.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm Tanya, the First Lady Fields.
LeVar, Cool Breeze Queen, Ryan, executive producer Ross, Courtney the Washer Jackson, Nigel the Wild Card Frazier, James the hardest working man Brown, Michaela the Apprentice Foreman, la 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 la.
Did we forget anybody? It's always a struggle. Like, there's so many of us.
I gotta write this down. Rickshon did the interview, and that's it. Make sure I say everybody's name.
Yeah, it's tough. We have a company of 9 people, and you know we're older in age, trying to remember everybody's name all at once. It gets a little tough. So,
I thought I was gonna put a paper like there it is.
Yeah. Word, absolutely.
All right, so we're out. Rick, we'll talk to you real soon.
Yes.
You got it.
All right, later, Rick.
All right, later.
Bye.
Who are we?
Ari.